Hi everyone, this is Esther Camacho with the McAllen Public Library. Welcome to another episode of Frontier Roots, This Week in History. Let's start off with a very interesting article dated Friday, July 18, 1902, from the Daily Herald of Brownsville. In the About Town column, we see that the Little Opera House on Levee Street is being repaired and painted. We also see that Saturday is the Cameron County Republican Convention meeting at the courthouse at 5 p.m. What I find interesting is the last paragraph. It states that the Mexican flag was at half-mast over the Mexican consulate in Brownsville, commemorating the 30th anniversary of the death of General Benito Juarez. He was the 26th president of Mexico. He came from humble beginnings. His parents were Zapotec peasants. He worked as a domestic servant at the home where his sister was a cook. Antonio Salanueva, a bookbinder and Franciscan, was impressed with Benito's desire for learning and arranged to have him study at the local seminary. However, Benito had no desire to become a priest and began to study law and entered into politics. He was in office from the 15th of January 1858 to the 18th of July 1872. Sadly, he died of a heart attack in his office. In the Laredo Times on Monday, July 18, 1892, we find an article, Appeal for Help. A meeting was held by the citizens of the town of Hidalgo at the courthouse for the purpose of appealing to the state of Texas for contributions during this long drought. Starr County previously sent much-needed supplies and food. This is a lengthy column, but includes the name of prominent people of Hidalgo County. Such names include John Klausner, Albert Nichols, John M. Franz, B.F. Kidder, Andres Chavez, Francisco Tagle, and many more. Who would think that our local venomous snakes would travel north to Worcester, Massachusetts? But in this article, Brownsville Snakes Lost in New England, that was in the Brownsville Herald, records that W.A. King of Brownsville sends to Joseph Kerwin of Worcester, Massachusetts, a box full of deadly rattlers and other types of snakes. However, the box could not be found. Police of Worcester are hunting for the box. I wonder why Mr. King would send a box of deadly snakes to this man. In the Society column of this Brownsville Herald dated 1934, we find an interchangeable suit in Mexican hues. Unfortunately, it's in black and white, so you can't see its colors. This outfit has the 5 Mexican colors on the outfit, on the top and on the shorts. The cap-length skirt has large buttons down the front that covers the shorts. The coat is a solid color as well, but lined with the Mexican colored stripes. This outfit can be worn with or without the skirt or coat. In the Houston Post, dated the 21st of July, 1901, we learned that Hidalgo, Texas, has been having a week of abundant rainfall. It also mentions that during the past 12 to 13 years, it had been very dry for crops and even dry winters. It records the relief and encouragement by old and experienced farmers. Farmers are encouraged by the favorable weather and are busy laying out late crops. Can you imagine the children and even the adults going outside and getting soaked by the rain and just celebrating this good fortune? In the Daily Herald on the 23rd of July, 1894, we have an advertisement for the Alice and Brownsville Stage Company. And it records that stages leave daily from Alice and Brownsville at 6 a.m. and arrive at their destination the next evening. Round-trip ticket is $22.50. One-way trip is $15. Children under 12, half fare. Under 5, it's free. Adolph Alsheim, who was the agent in Brownsville, Texas, he was born in Brownsville in 1869. His parents were from Germany. He died in 1941 and is buried in the Hebrew Cemetery in Brownsville. His death certificate records his profession as Vice President of the First National Bank of Brownsville. Thomas Benyon was proprietor and manager. He took over the Alice and Brownsville Mail Line in 1894. He was born in 1840 in Wales and immigrated around 1853. He also lived in Corpus Christi. He died in 1913 and is buried in the Old Bayview Cemetery in Corpus Christi. Here is another interesting notice in the Monitor in 1934. Buy Valley potatoes, issued by the McAllen Chamber of Commerce. And a letter from the Rotary Club pledging their cooperation and demanding the Valley-grown spuds when marketing. Found in the Galveston Daily News in 1867. The lengthy column, but I pulled out the one paragraph that's very interesting. And it records the largest white population in any county of the state. We're talking about the state of Texas. In 1860 was that of Bexar, of 13,057. Then it lists other counties and their population. Then it records something very interesting. Cameron had the largest free colored population, which was only 60. Hidalgo had 34, which was also the next largest. It is sad to say that the last part of the paragraph records that Harrison County had the largest number of slaves, amounting to 8,784. Just remember, this is 1860, and this was before the end of slavery. But that is a great amount of slaves to have in a county in 1860. This is Usher Camacho, and thank you for watching this episode of Frontier Roots, This Week in History. Don't forget to leave a comment below and to like us on Facebook, MPL Adults. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel at McAllen Public Library. So see you next time on another episode of Frontier Roots.